also get Derek the pins that we got, so that he can maybe try to reverse engineer or do something.
That will most certainly help with you guys going and figuring out the anti-enchantment for this.
Yeah. And then I don't know, kind of refer to Derek about like, yo, so
what do I do?
Yeah, like what do I do with this?
Okay.
Because like I have some ideas of like how to use her Mr. Meeseek's powers, but like
What are your ideas? What's the theory?
So
It concerns me that you call them Mr. Meeseek's powers.
well, I mean, the way that you described it was like, okay, so like she's given a task, she can complete the task, and don't give her an impossible task, otherwise the last person that gave her an impossible task just fucking died.
I feel like you're describing Adara, and not your sister Aluma.
Well, no, because that's what you said was because like in the notebook that we found, it was talking about how like one guy asked her like I want $1 million gold or whatever, and he was and it happened, and then another guy gave her an impossible task, and he instantly died. Was that not what was said?
No. So what was said then was that after that, when whatever power this was refreshed and she began asking tasks again, the task she asked of the new person was not necessarily impossible, but it was like, go gouge your mom's eyes out and give them to me. And he refused, and he died.
Oh!
And if you read further into the journal, not only did he die, his mother died, his father died, all surviving siblings, his wife, his children, his cousins, and his 5 best friends from his childhood simultaneously died as well.
Damn. I was about to be like, yo, this kind of be a solid way to get rid of all the Vikels in one foul swoop.
The next person that was let in to see her in the journal entry reported that the tasks that she asked returned to simple and mundane things. So it is not that he asked something that was impossible. He didn't say, make 2 + 2 = 3.
Okay.
And then he died. It was she asked him, and he refused.
Okay.
Or did not complete.
So.
And then this thing happened.
So my understanding then is that like whatever her power is sort of like a give and take sort of deal. So you can ask her for something, and then in super simplistic terms, the difficulty level of the thing that you asked her to do translates into the next thing that she asks you to do.
Possibly.
Yeah, like simply speaking.
Yeah, as you guys, and welcome back to Mad King, everybody.
Hello!
Since we're talking very on point now, as you guys do continue to read the journal, it does seem that there is a stacking to this where the tasks that she asked, regardless, it seems, of what people ask. There's very extensive studying where they sent people in and asked her to take a nap, asked her to play with a ball, asked her to do things that she would or could do normally and had done normally on her own time. The next time she goes to ask questions, there seems to be a physical ramp up where she starts with tasks like, bring me a glass of water. And the person asks. The next time she says, hey, could you give me $25? And a couple of tasks go by that way. And then the person asks. And it doesn't matter how mundane it is, it continues to go up until it's like, I want your pinky toe. And it seems that every time in the journal that the subject refuses, there are cases very early on where it's like, give me a glass of water. And they say no. And they suffer a minor heart attack and survive. And then she asks, hey, could you fluff my pillow? And if they continue to refuse the heart attack stack and they die kind of thing, you know? But there is certainly a certain point where it starts getting extreme. Like in the noted case, after asking for a big ask, $1 million gold, that
Steps were skipped.
steps were skipped. Yeah, there is a ramp up based seemingly off of what is asked of her.
And is it always like the same person? Like for example,
They have used
big
test subject
ass,
multiple times.
like big ask, and then next one she had, gouge mom's eyes out. Was it the same dude or was that a
It
different
was a
dude?
different guy.
So if we really think about it, we can actually use that.
Yes.
In the sense, so like we do something, we just ask something fucking crazy, we get the big crazy thing, and then for lack of better words, we send in a prisoner and
Oh my
she asks him to
God.
do something crazy, and then he's like, no, I'm not going to do that, and then that's not on us.
Are we the baddies, Hans?
Listen, okay, like,
You were mad at me for trying to get rid of some shit.
I wasn't mad at shit, you do whatever you want, I wasn't even listening to whatever that plan was, like, that's all you guys.
There also does seem to be a dormant period between episodes, as they call it.
Okay.
Just to recharge the batteries.
Super interesting. Super interesting. Okay. That's all right. Yeah, I'm gonna get to Derek and.
Are you, so like you're considering that?
No. That was purely hypothetical. Hypothetical.
Okay.
So, to take that one step further, though, is we don't even do the asking, is you have the prisoner ask for whatever we want and then have the prisoner complete the task. So then it's all on him regardless.
In the case of the $1 million gold man, the gold was confiscated and he was fired.
So, like,
What if she asks him to kill all of us?
Well,
that's
he's
an
still gonna say-
impossible task.
So you're level 0. You can try. But kid. Okay, is there records of like if there's like a straight out there's like the straight out refusals, like no, I'm not gonna do that.
Yes.
Death to everybody. Is there one where it's like, okay, they attempt to do it but fail? Is it still death for everybody? Okay.
Gone. The completion of the task is what matters, not the attempt.
Interesting. Yo, we should
Do or do not, there is no try.
There may be. This might be a bad idea, but like I'm thinking about what if we like, for lack of a better word, link up Adara with super spooky sister. I feel like Adara can, I don't know, maybe shed some insight or make things incredibly worse. But she can see the future, so she would know if she was going to make things worse and be like, nah, I'm not going to do it.
Or,
I am unsure if you have an actual grasp as to what seeing the future means.
Well, I mean,
But yes,
she can see outcomes.
you could get her together with Adara.
Let's get together. Yeah.
She could also ask Adara, read this sheet of music for me.
huh.
So, I think so. Like we've been able to, for the most part, circumvent that by not outright refusing, for lack of better words, just not acknowledging the things that she asks us to do. There have been she did ask
We're
like.
still in the magic field.
No, that was after we went.
No, it wasn't.
No,
So-
because even when I even when I did the things that she was asking me to do, and we were still in the magic field, Ian started writing shit down then.
So you completed tasks inside the anti-magic field and you felt an effect. However, she did not ask you to state your desire until after the anti-magic field had dropped. That could mean a couple of things. And in the notebook, there are some general notes about the effect and necessity of the anti-magic field in delaying or postponing or reducing the effect.
Oh, dude, did I just get another
It's
form of
in-
cancer?
It's in a lot of technical mumbo jumbo, and unfortunately, nobody that you guys have on the ship right now,
Yeah.
or readily available, is skilled in that sort of jargon.
Yeah. And again, that's why I wanted to get home and get Derek and Grugnug to take a peek at it, because they're the brains of the operation, for lack of better words.
Yeah, Grugnug seems to show recognition on some of the spells and a lot of the runes and stuff in the book, and a lot of the jargon. A lot of it is well above his head. This is not his specialty. He is a construct and fire mage specialist, you know.
We are going to see Thoth, so maybe we can have Grugnug. Grugnug's totally going to go with us because Thoth's his boy.
Yes,
And
he is a
then-
chosen of Thoth.
And then we can have Grugnug try to find, I don't know, tomes/books on the shit that he doesn't understand in this.
Possibly. All things are possible, I suppose.
Neat.
So you have a general plan with that. Are you waiting for the boat to land back in Bronze Shire before bringing up your plan, or are we talking about that on the ship?
It's an Itzelli plan.
Being back in Bronze Shire will give you access to the apprentices, to your NPCs and stuff, if you need counsel with anybody,
No.
or whatever. Okay.
Counsel's not necessary.
Or if you
Counsel
simply want
schmounsel.
solid ground to kind of launch your idea from. I'm ready to put you guys on ground.
Okay. No, I think
Aluma will sleep for a little while.
I'm gonna
longer,
wait
so.
until we get back.
Okay. So you guys do make ground. It is early, day after kind of raid. You guys make landing. The sun hasn't quite risen yet. You see light guard forces, some people kind of milling out and about. General Bronze Shire things going on. You unload your unconscious sister,
Yeah, Usul will just like
and you're
carry
just gonna
her
take her
to
to
yeah,
the
I'll-
monastery.
Yeah.
Okay.
Isolated and alone.
Yes.
Yeah. No, not alone, because I'll have Derek and fucking.
Are you sure you want to introduce more people in there until the book has been read? Maybe she'd just be isolated and alone?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and then we'll go through, and I'm gonna share everything with.
There are rooms ready, more or less. You
Yeah.
could put her there while unconscious. You're probably going to need to be there to explain to her what's going on.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you might just try the door.
Exactly. Like
Okay.
that's like Usul is, for lack of better words, MIA while your guys' plan goes on. He has no idea what you guys are doing.
That's why I waited.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so Alia and NVIDIA and Kenosi. So we saw what that thing did.
Yeah, that was terrifying.
It really was.
Those wounds were horrific.
Yeah.
What the
that's-
fuck is it?
I don't know, but you have a lot of them on you.
I sure do.
I have a plan to get rid of them.
Okay.
So we're gonna talk to our boy Giannis, right?
Mm-hmm.
And have him open a portal.
Our boy.
And then it seemed to listen, kind of, sort of. So like you just command it to go forth into portal and kill everyone. And the portal is in Goldshire. That's where it comes out at.
Okay.
So then it just takes out a shit ton of Mad Kingsmen, and then hopefully like the Mad King will be like, oh no, I can't have this, and then he'll figure out a way to stop them so it doesn't like spread to everywhere. That way nobody fucks up and accidentally releases one in like an inopportune time, like in the middle of combat, and Kenosi's like, ooh look at me juggling black
Yeah,
diamonds.
that would be less
Almost
than
more often,
ideal.
like, choose it a little bit.
No, honey.
Or like, we don't know how this works, maybe like you wild shape funny one time and they just kind of fall off, like.
Yeah.
That's-
Well, and we haven't even had these things stuck on us for a day. Maybe they'll get bored.
A
and
little over a day at
just-
this point with the boat ride back.
Yeah,
Okay.
There could just be a timer, like maybe it just,
Yeah.
give it just 6 sunrises and all of a sudden they're come to life.
Or if we end up meeting somebody who knows what they are and can interact with them in a way that we don't understand. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's just, I see a lot of problems with this.
The
and
Shadow Realm's
this is
fucking
an
weird.
Excellent solution.
It bothers me that the reasoning is so sound.
This is why we should commit
I'm a
murder.
child right now, so
Yeah.
I have nothing to say.
If they don't want to just walk through the portal, maybe your hand can give him a little shove through the door.
Okay,
We can
yeah.
try that. That's the
Yeah.
best thing I've got at this point.
It did seem like physical things, touched him.
Yeah. So we can just shove him through the door if this doesn't go well.
So do we just try one first and then? I guess
Well-
it depends how long the door
She'll
can
summon
stay
George.
open.
You pay for the ticket.
Yeah, so we'll just shove them all in at once.
And it's only a one-way ticket, so it shouldn't be that expensive.
Yeah.
I don't know. How does
Wait.
Giannis? What's his name?
Janus.
Giannis?
So you're looking at teleporting 8 in totality,
Yeah.
right? Because
Yeah.
you have 4, Kenosi has 4.
Well, how many does
9.
Alia?
You
Oh no, because
No.
you dropped one. You
Yeah.
already dropped
Alia
one.
has
So
used hers.
8.
Yeah, so
No,
8.
Alia has?
Yeah, it was Alia.
Yeah,
Alia dropped
Alia
it.
It came off of her.
Oh,
Yeah,
then
she
you
only
don't
had
need to
the
be
one.
part of this, but you can stay anyway.
No, the hand
need
is
George.
good. Yeah, we
Yeah.
need George.
You guys have teleported, I think, like 12 one time, and that
Was it
cost
2?
Yeah, I think that costs 2.
Yeah.
And you can assume pretty safely that it's going
2.
to cost you 2.
We can do that.
I don't have any more god tokens myself. I've already spent mine.
Cool. I'll use my last 2.
You use your last 2 to talk to Giannis.
Hey, buddy.
Where do you desire to go?
We're gonna send these guys through to Gold Shire.
What guys?
The ones we're about to summon. Can you send them all?
Gold Shire. I am familiar.
Perfect.
A specific place
In or as close to the palace as possible?
I can do outside
Like outside of all of Gold Shire? Outside
of the palace.
Perfect.
Of the main keep,
That-
I can do
Excellent. That works just fine for me.
easy.
Do the thing.
Yeah, you
Okay.
pay. It is done. The portal is before you guys.
Peel it off and like.
You peel
Throw
just
it-
all 4 off.
Try to throw it like towards
Yeah.
the thing.
You have Kenosi do it too, just
Yeah.
at the same time. Just quick and easy. Yeah, the 8 diamonds, little 2-dimensional rhombi, hit the ground, and as they begin to balloon, they form together.
Okay.
And the 8 of them compile, and something larger appears.
Send it.
It is still in the general humanoid shape that it was before, with the 3 long claws per hand, a gigantic glowing mouth, 4 little fang kind of deals of pitch black, and inside it looks like a galaxy of stars in its mouth and eyes.
Jesus fuck.
But this one stands close to 30, 40 feet tall,
Oh my god.
Send it.
and it just kind of breathes down at you with that horrid wheeze that it can make.
Go through the portal and kill.
It seems to consider for a second, and it reaches a hand towards you for a brief moment. I need a concentration check.
Yikes. Okay. What do I add for
How
that?
far away from the town?
Your
Are
Oh,
you?
guys'
we haven't even
wisdom.
rolled the duck.
How far away from town are you guys?
They are in the Bailey.
You're in the Bailey doing
Guys
this?
landed.
Yeah.
We didn't have time. You left. We had to get it done.
You luckily do not see. And also, it is just pre-dawn, so most people do not see.
So what is it's casting
You
stat
get
plus?
your casting stat and your level.
Um.
And
what-
Kenosi has a part in this too. You can choose either his intelligence, wisdom, or charisma to be his casting stat as well, I suppose, to add to this.
Hey, Dara.
15.
Gonna have to be his wisdom.
Pulling out the sending stone will take a little bit more time in this roll, so we will let this one reveal itself.
That's not very good. That's a 6 on the die. So
You did just get a hero point.
You really did.
I have 2 hero points.
That would be maybe.
Now would be a fucking fantastic time.
We'll do it. We'll use that. We'll
Spend a
use
hero
it.
point for a reroll?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
You can also use it for a +4 after the roll to just bump
You
the
know
6
what?
to a 10
We're gonna make
average.
sure this works. You use yours for a reroll. I'm gonna use mine for the +8.
I will allow that.
Cool.
Oh! Oh God! That's a 2.
You bitch.
It's worse. Can I use Kenosi's D6?
He's got an inspiration?
Yes.
Absolutely. It's
From way back on
Yeah, from
Ganesha's
way back
island,
when.
yeah.
Please go through the door. Have fun.
That's a 5.
There's fun awaits. Scholar is fun. Through the door.
Total of 15.
That's 15.
Plus your 8.
19, 20.
Oh, no, because that would have been 15.
So it's not plus 8, it's plus 4, right?
No,
It's plus 8.
Oh, it's plus 8.
It was made before your reroll. I will allow it as the plus 8 because it's a whole extra.
Yeah, so that would
Got
be
it.
2 plus
Okay.
5, 7 plus 8. Looking at, 15.
Plus your level. You add your level to concentration checks.
24.
Casting
Yeah.
stat, level, Kenosi's casting stat, 8.
Yeah, can she burn prestige on this?
Yep.
It's 9, 10.
Also, prestige is only used before the roll.
Okay, wait. So, no, we're at 7 here. Then this is 11 plus, 12 plus 8. So that's 20 plus level is, so we're at 29.
29. Mm-hmm. You focus your will and desire very deeply for it to listen to you. And just as a claw approaches for a very gentle touch from the outset, it stops, stands back up to its full height, and ducks. The portal opens wider. And it does go through.
Oh, God. I already regret this.
I do not. I'm here for
Oh, no.
You hear nothing, you see nothing as the portal closes immediately behind it, and it's not one of those, the portal opens and you can see through it kind of things. It's got the wibbly wobbly classic magic bullshit look to it.
Gotcha. And then it closes?
And it is gone.
Did we
It
have enough
closes.
time to, we had enough time to sleep on the way back, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Y'all did.
Yeah.
With that, there is a scream from the top of the Bailey Tower, a classic Texan accent. What the fuck was that? It is Ben. He seems to be working on some kind of tower.
Shadow demons. We touched them. They attached to us. We sent them away.
Where?
The place is the shadow place where the shadows come from.
Like where Tina goes?
Kinda, yeah. Not the same, but yeah.
No wonder she don't want to do that shit. God damn.
Pretty scary.
They're like,
There.
those like common?
Yeah, I don't know, man, but it's not our problem anymore.
Hopefully.
Yeah, all right.
For now.
You're up early.
I was working through the night. We were setting up. I've been setting up a magical array. It's gonna connect over to some general military intelligence and stuff. It gets news, basically. It's like a town crier, but like fast.
Okay.
I found the frequency that they're using for the major cities and stuff. Figured we can catch some intel moving through, because they won't expect us to be on it.
Frequency.
When did he say this was going to be ready?
It's I'm just warming it up here this morning. We're gonna get our first batch of intel coming through here in just a minute.
It's gonna start. It's just gonna be like, oh my god, it's killing everyone.
So it's like the rocks. It's like the talk rocks, but
It's like a sending stone, but it broadcasts to multiple people. This one's just a receiver. I haven't built a broadcaster yet.
Casting? What the fuck is that?
So like when y'all,
Like when you cast a spell, but it's very broad. Like an AoE effect.
like a net.
Yeah.
yeah, it's a net sending stones, right? So like your sending stone can connect to all those different people, but you can only talk to one at a time. This one can
That wasn't
receive
lost on me. That was great.
from multiple people at the same time.
Wow. Okay.
Sometimes it makes it super confusing, but like they've got a system set up where only one person talks at a time kind of bullshit. And it's just one of those, so like y'all could all talk to each other
Maybe I'll Roger.
simultaneously instead of having to call one, then call the next, and repeat yourself
more, though.
40 times.
Oh, it's like a group call.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. It's like y'all sitting at the same table,
Wow.
but through the stone with the hole in it.
That's pretty clever.
You could call that like a conference call.
Ah, sounds very official.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, I was just gonna fire her up first thing this morning and see kind of what was starting on the frequencies.
I think that's an excellent plan. You should definitely. Can you target specific areas to pick things up from?
Yeah. Each town has its own individual deal, and
You
then
should,
there are frequencies that I'm slowly discovering. I got the National Guards, and I found one fort. It's called a Fort Fly, I don't know nothing about it. I think I met 1-2 folk representing it before
Where is it?
through the tournaments. I don't know its location. It's not like I don't have a location.
Sure.
I just have what they're talking about. They're saying a lot of weird mumbo jumbo I'm going to work on interpreting. But yeah.
Like in a different language?
Is
or?
there a town y'all want? No, it's good old plain English, I think.
If you could hear anything like in or around Gold Shire, that would be great.
Yeah, okay. There is possibility of like counter detection spells to make sure that, you know, I don't just build a tower and listen in on them. But I was planning on starting with maybe lead or iron.
You know, if that's
Bronze Shire
seem
is
to be-
fucked up. I need to know more about that place.
They seem to be unprotected channels. A lot of the demises around them and the cities themselves.
okay. Well, yeah. I mean, you know, anyone will do. I think this will. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Where'd y'all go? You took Allie out and Shiro and them?
Yeah.
They didn't say where they were going. I don't think y'all told them or anything.
No, we didn't. No, it was we kind of just make spur of the moment decisions a lot of the time. That's
It was
part
a
of the
2-week operation. This is the most
But it was
planned
in a
thing
need
we've
to
done.
know kind of basis.
Yeah.
So the kids didn't know until it was.
Zelly didn't know
until they were kind of
it was
pissed.
time.
Yeah.
This is true. This is true.
To it, Zelly, this was a hey, we're doing this, guys.
I like to imagine that like she was around for like all of the war room discussions for the 2 weeks leading up to it. She was just so blackout drunk that she just didn't remember, and then it's like, all right, we're going, and she's like, yes, we're going
To that place.
to the place to do the thing. Yeah, and we're all like, yeah.
Can I ask y'all something maybe about y'all took Shiro and you know we hang out a whole bunch and you took that Thelmar fella with no face. Did Shiro accept his offer of like apprenticeship or is that what that was? Is that what this was about? They working
no.
together? Is he going with them or?
I mean, maybe he might, but I don't know. I didn't ask him about that. No, this was completely separate from that. We
Okay,
we
he's been like
infiltrated-
headhunting Shiro since like day one for missions and shit for his
That makes sense.
operations, and Shiro's been kind of like
Thieves
putting him
and-
off to hang out with us.
Whatever.
I mean, if he wants to do it, he should. That would be a
Oh no, like he's turned him down so far, but since he went out, since the two of them went out with y'all, I just was wondering if that changed.
Oh, no.
I'll ask him in the morning. or
No, we
whatever.
just needed Shiro in his abilities to complete our mission.
Oh, okay.
And Thelmar
Alright.
was also involved, so
Ah.
it coincidence is all that was. We infiltrated the Vikel Manor and we blasted some shit up in there and then killed a few people and we accidentally went to the Shadow Plane and then got Shadow Demons attached to us and we just released Shadow Demons in Goldshire.
Loose lips.
Oh,
Yeah.
why?
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know. He wanted to go. He's got some grudge against them or something and
Family
When-
bullshit.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's fair.
Family drama. The best way to solve that is
Shoot half
that-
after half of what I want to go after that caravan for is because they took my legs.
Yeah. Legs are like family.
Glances down to the metal lip. Shed single tear.
Well, sounds like y'all had a pretty fucked up time. So
Yeah, we usually do.
have a good. I'll let you know what the radio chatter is. Probably just by the morning meeting here in a couple hours.
Yeah, it should be interesting.
Okay,
Is that what it's a radio?
we could call it that. Sure.
That's okay.
For T to understand, yeah.
For all intents and purposes.
Yes, I know what it is. NVIDIA's never heard of a radio.
Neither has Ben. It's cool to name it that, I guess.
He just said radio chatter.
Well, yeah.
Hey, listen, okay.
Magical chatter.
Magical
Whatever.
chatter.
Ian slips. It's like we're all role played by the same guy. Who doesn't live in this world?
We need to think of something punny to call it.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that.
We'll come up with something.
Yeah.
You guys disperse for a minute. You head down to Derek's office. He is awake currently. He is overseeing a little bit of setting up for early morning construction on a new section, on a new housing section of the area and a shrine that they're going to build. Oh God, is she okay?
Right now she's just sleeping.
Who is that?
This is
Aluma?
Aluma. There's so many names that are so close. There's a
There's
Dara,
a
there's a Dora, there's a Luma. That's gonna get confusing. Aluma.
I feel like Adora's close to those ones, but
Adora?
yeah, I guess.
Adora and Adara are very close.
There's lots of
Luma's,
names.
yeah.
All of them start in A and end in A.
It's like we have too many fucking children.
Adora's an adult. Who is?
I was talking.
And technically, so is Adara.
Yes.
And
technically, so is Aluma.
Yeah. Oh, also, need to
that
figure out what's
noise.
going on with all of that shit, because the
Yeah, that's the other thing.
30 years old, but only 18. But
Oh, okay. Why did you bring
so this
Aluma here?
This is my sister, and the Vikels were holding her prisoner for some type of experimentation. She has very strong
That's
powers. It is all listed in this journal. I was able to deduce some of it. They also were using the same pins, and I'll present the pins.
You have some.
Indeed, they were using these
May
to,
I?
of course, they were using these to put her to sleep. The records in the journal go back 30 years. However, she appears to only be approximately 18, so there is the thought that something with these pins put them in some sort of
Suspended animation.
Yes.
And he just kind of like thumbs to the
Yeah, because have you?
20-odd kids.
Yeah.
You've seen the pins in the kids.
That's why I brought them.
Yeah.
But this was the first indication
So
that
it might
like,
prolong aging.
yes, that's the initial thought, because again the records in this journal go back 30 years. However, she doesn't appear to be 30.
So if she's all right, why did you bring her to me?
I'm getting there. Her powers seem to be dangerous until we can understand them fully, which is what I was hoping you could assist me with, as well as Grugnug, because there is also a lot of magical jargon in here that I am unfamiliar with.
Well, I'll take the journal off your hands for sure.
And then I'll,
Do you plan on housing her here then?
if we can, if you think you can
Of
set
course,
up a way,
there are plenty of domiciles available.
if we can actually secure a room, because again, her powers are dangerous.
Does she not?
She doesn't
Use them
seem
nobly?
to fully understand her power, which is what makes it dangerous.
Okay, so you wish to lock her in a room here.
Until we can figure stuff out, or like get her to understand her powers and have her get a better hold on them. Unfortunately, yes.
I originally was building this room for Grant, but since you guys gave him those things to put in his ears, he's been doing much better
Oh, really? I'm glad.
this way. He takes you to a padded cell.
Can we like spruce it up a little bit? Because I don't want to like have her in prison, but just like
Spruced up like you want a houseplant. I don't understand.
I don't know. She's still my sister, and
Okay,
I
well,
would feel like an asshole just.
when she awakes, is anybody going to talk to her, or are we just
I
leaving
will.
her in there?
I will.
Okay,
And
here's the key.
all right. I want you, while all of this is happening, I want you nearby to observe anything that goes on, because. And I'll, just for simplicity's sake, I'll go into and explain
The gist of it.
the gist of what the things that I know, and yeah, and I'll explain to him that like I have already started to feel some effects from denying her requests, which also, before she wakes up, if you can give me, I feel like I'm asking this a lot of you, but if you can give me another look over, because I already got a brain tumor, let's see if I got something else going on now.
No more tumors found. Perfect. My totality of effects on you from her. Did you take anything to your hit points?
No, I did not.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Yeah, no.
No, you weren't.
You were just sneakily writing things down, which
Yes.
was concerning.
You are in the clear for now.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So you guys hang around and wait till she wakes up.
Yeah, while we're waiting for that, I'll send for Grugnug with a very strong note of urgency and see if he can.
You get a yip.
Cool. And then
He'll show up.
cool.
It is still a little time before the morning meeting then. She awakens. Derek and Grugnug are just kind of outside of view of the room. The door's open. They're just kind of tucked on the other side to listen in, but she cannot see them.
Okay.
And she rubs her eyes and yawns. What a wonderful sleep.
I'm glad.
You're my brother, right? Half brother, you said?
Yes.
What's your name?
Usul.
Oh, okay. Thank you. That's right. You told me that.
Do you not remember things when you wake up?
No, usually I remember things just fine when I wake up. I was just a little fuzzy. It's all very new to me, of course.
Of course.
Where are we?
Well, we're in Bronze Shire. It's
I haven't heard of this place.
consider it our town.
Is this the whole town?
No.
I've heard towns are very different than what my room was, but this looks relatively similar.
Yikes.
Yes. Soon I'll take you out to, actually see the town.
The air doesn't feel very fuzzy here. But it didn't feel very fuzzy after we had left the room either.
Is this the first time that you can remember it not being fuzzy?
Yeah. The air, it was almost like a taste, you know?
Mhm.
Where you could just kind of, something was different.
So, do you understand why that was?
I don't think so, no. I never really asked about it because it was just kind of how it was.
Are you aware of the powers that you have?
I've been told generally, yeah. And I don't try to ask things of people, I guess. It just kind of happens. But I've never seen anything bad come from it, and everybody tells me that it's fine,
So when you say that you don't try to ask people of things...
Oh, I really hate bothering people. And, asking a lot of them and stuff.
So when it does happen, you don't have control of that?
Oh, no. Whatever that thing is, I guess. I've been told that I have great power, but I don't know anything about it really. I just kind of go about my days places, and then I go to sleep and I wake up and somebody new might be in the room or whatever.
Can you tell me what you remember from, let's just say, your childhood?
Yeah, absolutely. I was in the room, and people would come in, and they would talk to me, and they would ask me questions about things, and sometimes we'd play games, and sometimes I'd see them the next day, sometimes I wouldn't, sometimes someone new would come in. Some days I spent just me alone. I don't like those days particularly well. But
So as far as you can remember, you've always been there.
in my room? Yeah. Do you not just tend to stay in your room unless you go visit someone else's room? That's what everybody that ever came to me, would say. Sometimes I'd see someone and they looked really nervous, and they'd be sweating really profusely. I think it was because it was their first time out of their room, but I actually feel really great being in a different room for the first time.
Oh, this is rough. No,
Silly could wait, but she's not there.
to put simply, there's There's an entire world out there.
Yeah,
That
I've
is-
been reading all about those things. Sometimes, though, sometimes people tell me that what I'm reading is not true.
Well, I can say that the world is. The world is much more than...
Well, of course, if there weren't more rooms, where would all those people come from? And I was told, you know, when I read about, like, forests and stuff, those are real, I think. But when I was reading about the story of the princess being saved by the brave prince and the fire-breathing dragon at the castle, that wasn't true.
Why do you say it's not true?
Because they said it wasn't true. They called it fiction.
Damn.
Pretty cool dragon descendant.
Just about that. Yeah, let's not blow this kid's mind too terribly much.
Of course, for the
exact
past couple
moment.
thousand years, it has been fiction, so, you know.
Was it fiction, or was it just because, like, it was totally a thing, and then dragons just kind of got killed off? So, I mean, I guess at that point, people would just assume, because
It's
after thousands of years,
historical
it's...
fiction.
Yeah, historical.
Yeah.
It's a Jurassic Park, you know.
Sort of, fair.
Plus, one of those things like, you know, medieval England totally existed. Was every story in King Arthur legit? No.
What?
Surprise.
Blowing the line here.
He's like, spoilers!
There is no Easter Bunny. There is no Santa Claus. There is no Queen of England.
There's no class! Where's that from? Megamind, there it is.
But so, yeah,
Okay,
spend a lot of time reading about
Really.
things, and sometimes, you know, the people visiting my
Ahead
room,
of
they
his time.
bring in new
Like all the
things,
greats.
foods
All the
that I
greats.
hadn't tried before, a
Misunderstood.
plant in a pot, fun stuff.
Sorry.
It was really nice.
Kind of.
well,
Kind of.
Kind of sorry.
I can promise that
We did
here
some bad
soon,
things.
I will show you the things
We all
that
have.
you have been missing
Some
out
were
on.
just
Great. Where we go?
Once
She just kind of stands up and looks around.
we're
I don't have any of my things, so I'm just ready, I guess.
once we're able to make sure it's safe.
Safe how? Is the world super dangerous?
Oh,
No, you are.
but it's not a lie to say, yeah, it is. So we want to make sure that your first experience goes well.
But you and all your friends were running around super strong the other night.
Yes.
Yeah.
However,
Is it always that action-packed?
We try to
not
make it
necessarily.
every couple sessions.
Then we should be good.
Yeah, we'd be doing fucked up shit pretty often.
Well, first I wanted to introduce you to somebody who is going to be keeping an eye on you when I'm not around.
Okay.
And I'll call in for Derek.
Yeah, he
to
turns the corner and she, very polite, very, very polite to him. And he just kind of mumbles through some greetings.
Awkward little Derek.
I mean, but honestly, he's the best hope we got right now. So, you know what? Damn. I guess it might not be too terrible of an idea just to like show her around town for a little bit. Just so. It's still like early morning, right?
Fuck, I just
It's very
released a
early
shadow
morning.
demon, I'm not gonna judge.
The sun's just rising.
This is fair. That's
Okay.
fair.
We all make poor decisions.
I'll take her out for like a brief little look around town so she can just see that there's more.
And Derek sweats profusely when you invite her out, but she is very ecstatic.
Yes. And I will tell her to not.
She's absolutely blown away.
Okay, I'll tell her to not talk to strangers. Like, only talk to like me and or Derek.
Aren't you technically a stranger?
Not anymore.
Not anymore. We're friends now.
He kidnapped her and put her in a room exactly like the one she was in.
Okay,
He's
I
now
don't
gonna
quite
have a
understand.
Doctor,
It's
keep an eye on
the
her.
safety thing.
What's
Yeah,
a stranger?
she's like almost exclusively spoken to strangers. in her
Anybody
lifetime.
who is, at the moment,
Not
anybody who is not me or Derek.
What about us?
Okay.
Yeah.
And if we run into you, then we run into you.
'Kay.
And she's already seen you. Whatever. Yeah. And I'll take her for a little meander about town. Nothing like too crazy, but like just so she can see how fuck he's rolling dice.
Yeah. You take her around. She has a wonderful time. she really struggles with not talking to strangers. She's walks by people and, hello, where's your room? Kind of, you know, like, and they kind of look like, what? And,
That's fine, as long as she's not asking people for things.
Well, she said she doesn't like to do that.
Okay, well, but she still,
is good.
she still does it. She doesn't have control over it.
Yeah.
But
at least, I mean, knowing that she doesn't like to do it makes
things a little bit better. But yeah.
just a you know 30-minute there and back.
Sure. Just as a
As if she knew
okay.
when she was in
Cure
control.
a little bit of the cabin fever that I know she's about to have.
Yeah. You get back to the room, and just kind of as she's entering, she kind of stops and turns around, and she gets a bit of an embarrassed look on her face. And, would you bring me one of those pastries that I saw on that cart up in town? I didn't want to ask then.
begins.
And so it begins. I don't want to just always say no to her. Fucking, that just makes me an asshole.
Potentially dangerous to your health.
Yeah. I thought refusals were like,
Not good either.
I
There's no right
want-
answer here.
Exactly. So
Kill her.
this is.
ender, right here.
Jesus. All right.
Beat her to the shadow demon.
Here we go for a little bit of experimentation. So she asked me. I am going to ask Derek to go and get it.
He looks at you kind of nervously and goes.
Okay.
You guys hang out for a couple minutes.
Yeah.
He returns with a pastry, and she just looks and, oh, thank you very much. And
Fuck.
and as you go to close the door, she says, "Wait, what am I supposed to do now?"
Give her some books or something, man.
Yeah. Well, I'm
Can I
gonna.
have something to read?
I was just about to say. Yeah. Well, we're gonna find
K.
some.
Give her the manuscripts of K.
Might be dangerous. Those are two very dangerous energies to put together. Yeah. Well, we're gonna bring you some books.
Okay. do
She
you,
would be entertained.
Throughout the day, bring her some books.
That's a fucking
Yeah.
Do you bring her the
tone.
books?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you.
Damn it. I like that look.
And she looks ecstatic. She's very pleased, and she kind of thumbs through the titles a little bit. And it seems just as you're closing the door, Usul, wait, hold on. I don't have anything to sit on. Could I have like?
You do.
It's a padded cell.
Oh, there's nothing in here.
There's nothing in there.
Oh God.
Could I
Fucking
maybe get
damn it.
like a desk and a chair to?
Can I? Okay, so can I, for lack of better words, veto this ask? Because when I was talking to Derek about or like finding a way to spruce up the room, it would have been mentioned. Let's get like a bed or like something in here that's not just blank wall.
It was mentioned that he was confused to what you were talking about.
Fuck. Then yes.
He did ask if you meant like a plan.
Well, no, I mean just something that's not just a padded cell. Come on.
So what are you going? So the ask has been made. You're clearly going to do it because you are weak and soft and children. So what
Not to
is the
mention your
solution
sister.
here? Because she's just going to keep asking for shit.
So
So bring her all of the shit this time.
Can I get there? So I'm going to find, or I'm going to get like a bed, like a stool, a little fucking like desk or something.
Yeah.
I'll get her some
Maybe
fucking
a bookshelf.
Exactly. I'm
Painting.
gonna get her. I'm gonna fucking
Supplies, art supplies.
Yes, I'm gonna fucking raid Itzelli's fucking painting supplies. You're dealing with demons right now. I'm going to get some paint supplies in there. I'm gonna get fucking some plants and shit, and yeah, like to fully spruce up the room.
Okay.
And then for like the last couple of deliveries, I personally won't make them. I'll have Derek deliver them, and then I'll instruct him.
You won't be there at all.
No, while bringing the first chunk of stuff, but then as like it goes on and bringing more loads, I will be there less frequently while I'm delivering them.
And then not there at all
the,
for the last stuff.
Yes, and
Okay.
then I will instruct Derek.
Where are you going to be? Go back to the Bailey?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll tell Derek, no more letting her ask for things.
I won't talk to her.
This was a lot of asking. You can talk to her, but if she
Okay.
asks for something,
Sure.
don't say yes or no. If anything, just leave.
Yeah, you go up to the Bailey. Are you going into like the main Bailey?
Yeah.
Join the war meeting kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Because it's about time for a morning meeting, right?
Yeah, just about.
Okay.
You open the door, you step inside, and she is there with a blank look on her face, staring through you. State your desire.
We fucked up.
God damn it. This is terrible. I gotta give her something, otherwise she's just gonna keep popping up and get angry. God damn it, just go.
Are we waiting for? Because I'm assuming that like right now Haraway is examining like the magical items that he found.
Yeah.
Because he has a whole backpack, a literal backpack full of shit. Are we waiting for like Haraway and whatnot to go see those? Or?
Oh no,
You
we're
guys
just gonna go.
Start that, yeah.
Yeah, we're just gonna go.
You could take the ship and just have horror.
I mean, you could almost just ask her to take us to Thoth, right?
Okay, but we're gonna ask the child that, like, as was just explained, the bigger the ask, the higher chance of, like, it becoming not great very
Yeah.
soon after, and we're going to ask this child
to take
to
you to the
take you
secret
to
temple of a god?
to take us to a god.
Yeah. I'm just
Do
saying.
you see that? Do you see how that might not be a great idea?
I do. I'm just thinking. She obviously cannot be contained in just a fucking room. Like she was under very heavy security. It doesn't matter if you lock her up. She will get out.
Well, with the whole, it's the
again.
whole fucking the desire thing. Then, like, is if we can, for lack of
So
better
if you
words.
just avoid her, put her back in the room, and no one talks to her ever again, it'll be fine. We can just kill her.
No. Okay.
Best solution.
Okay. I am just. My desire is for you to just go back to your room and stay there.
Okay. For how long?
Until we summon you.
Yes. Until you are called for.
Oh,
Okay.
wording could have been better.
And she turns and starts walking out the Bailey.
Cool. I'm gonna before the fucking meeting, I'm gonna find Derek because I'm sure he's in a fucking panic right now. 'cause
He
she's
is,
just-
yeah, you're like following her back. He is running up the main street like
She's gone.
gets her
Prisoner has
and takes her
escaped.
back.
He's escaped.
You guys get to the war meeting. Raymond is sitting there. He is telling some general news, nothing of great importance, when Ben wheels in. And he's got a terrified look on his face.
Hey, Ben,
And he looks right at you.
how's it going?
Jesus Christ, those things are insane.
It was one. It was
What?
one thing.
What things?
Two different reports. One a couple nights ago, one happening currently that I was able to tune into, asking for reinforcements to Gold Shire for an extreme circumstance. They gave brief descriptions, but nothing about what's working or what's not.
What?
Said that would be described in person. There was news going about a.
Wait. What?
Hold
what?
on, I took
Let the man speak.
No. What's happening in Goldshire?
We're about to find out.
a gigantic monster attack kind of deal. That thing that y'all sent.
Yeah.
The slow turn to notice that all of the diamonds are missing off of the rabbit and Kenosi. What did you do?
We got rid of the shadow demons.
By sending it to the main stronghold.
Yeah.
What
sold
else
it
do you got for
capital.
us, Ben?
And they
Yeah.
didn't even know it was us.
There was
It was a perfect plan. They have no proof that it was we. That none at all.
there was a message sent out by a Brandon Vaquel saying that his homestead was attacked. Him and his wife were assailed. Thank the stars for my life insurance, for we would not be here. Increased security at all nobles' perimeters,
Wait, what?
and be wary of rogue agents attacking.
They walked away from that?
My fucking asshole, he did.
He has life insurance, man.
He died. You do remember that chain disappeared.
That's really good life insurance.
Yeah, and I had the fucking anti-magic thing going, so even if he had some sort of fucking ward or something, then that wouldn't have procced.
Yes, a ward would not have procced.
But he had plus 30 fame and was able to get the.
No, because that right there is specifically for like the whole thing is like you don't die. Like if you fall below 0 hit points but you don't die, it procs and then it just brings you to stabilized.
So
no,
there
that
are far more
motherfucker.
expensive wards that would do a true resurrection.
We're also not the only assholes in the world who have gods on our side. Like,
We've also killed things and then they come back.
That
Yeah.
bitch died.
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
You can make deals with demons.
We had
all
to make
sorts
a
of
deal
shit.
with Daddy to keep a soul in check. Like,
Yeah.
this isn't news.
Yeah, this is magic,
I mean, it's
man.
unfortunate, but now you're just gonna kill him again. Think how much fun that'll be.
It heavily advised families to travel with security at all times and to stay relatively spread out so that multiple of them couldn't be attacked at once.
So we know all about this one. What happened in the next attack?
The current attack, it appears to have been. I only got what came through to Ironshire. It's just what I was so happening to listen into, asking for reinforcements. The calls stopped maybe 20 minutes ago, just before I headed down. Either they got the situation under control, or they're saying that reinforcements from Ironshire just weren't calling from there. Maybe they were calling to another city or something. I don't know. I didn't buzz around. I had to head downstairs.
Okay.
I don't do stairs too well.
Makes sense. We should build you a ramp.
Oh, I usually do.
Oh, yeah, that you can just do yourself. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it always falls apart afterwards. But
Yeah.
that's the nature of everything. Nothing's permanent.
Yeah.
There's just piles of garbage at like the bottom and top of like every single stairwell that he has a little post-it
Yeah.
note on it, like leave for me.
We love Panda. I love this man.
Delmar's here, right? He's part of
Delmar
this?
is here, yes.
Okay, cool.
Since he was just part of your latest operation.
Yeah.
I certainly would have been here.
I'm gonna look at him and be like, find out if that motherfucker is actually still alive.
Of course.
Oh, could you also, like, I mean, this is a big ask. I'm sure you don't have any agents in Goldshire, but
No.
if you could find out any more about what just happened, that would be really cool.
I will ask my sources, and perhaps some of these auxiliary forces that were brought in will have stories to tell when they return.
Yeah,
I could
well.
try scrying, but Panda was saying that there's like
I don't
protections against that. I don't think I'll get through.
Probably not. I just want to know how many people we got killed.
I mean, it's a lot bigger.
It was much bigger.
What is it doing now?
Oh, it is eating entire buildings. Oh, yeah, we should let you know that when we released all 8 of them, they combined into one giant version, and then we sent it through a portal into the middle of Goldshire. So, yeah. So it's Big Daddy. Big Daddy Shadow Lord.
And you think that it's not gonna somehow get traced back to us, considering the fact that we just used the same thing in an attack 2 days ago?
I mean, I don't know who else it would be, right?
So, like, it wouldn't have if you would have killed your dad, uncle guy, dead, but now he's back, so he's gonna remember it was you. But,
Yeah,
like,
what's
he
the
didn't see
deal
the
there?
rest of us, so it was all you.
That's
It's
it.
perfect plan.
about your thing too with that guy. He did have outfitted something along the lines of my son Chris, in his brilliance, has found a weakness to the monster employed. Further studies are required, and he is going to go seek counsel.
The monster employed.
Yes, the fucking shadow demon that you guys fucking released on the Vikel Manor.
Chris Vikel figured it out, so now we need to kidnap him.
So simple, how do you plan on doing that?
You just kidnapped one person.
Yeah, we're just
You can
gotta
do it again.
Kidnap is a strong word. We
I mean, she's a
rescued her.
kid and you napped her.
She has been napped.
Possibly 30.
Okay, but
And we didn't kidnap her. We were like, hey, you want to go with us? And she's like, yeah, bet.
yeah, and then you made her take a nap, and she's a kid, so.
But
Kidnapping. Sorry.
Yes, from this report, they live.
Neat.
Cool. So we have, we can go kill all the Vikels again. This time you can actually include us. I want to be part of the murder.
All right. Anything else for us, Ben?
Pertinent stuff? No, I don't think it works great.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Thank you.
see y'all.
Okay.
Raymond just looks stunned.
Yeah, so a lot of people in Goldshire of the, Kingsmen just got...
What are those things then?
Things that shouldn't have been touched.
Shadow
Rabbit.
demons.
why are you looking at me?
Demons. Like actual demons? Or
Not
Probably.
actual demons. They
where are they from? Where'd you get them?
the
I don't know,
shadow
but they have a
plane.
mouthful of stars.
They come from the shadow plane.
Shadow plane. I've never heard of it.
It's where
Do you want to go?
It's pretty dark.
no.
If it's full of those things, I don't think so. But I just suppose the next question would be, could they be further employed to our services?
I wouldn't recommend it. They don't really like to listen. They're not troops. They're more assassins that you can kind of, you pushed your will upon it and it kind of listened. More likely to kill us than
I
help us.
probably should have said please. It might have gone over a little bit better.
She did not say please.
Now that I'm thinking about that, I didn't, it was kind of rude of me.
Yeah.
Huh.
We went to the shadow plane. There were these black diamonds, sort of like paper, stuck to the ground.
Okay.
I told the rabbit not to touch them, but she doesn't listen. So she collected a lot of them, and they
were
stuck to
common?
me.
They
Or
just
did you have to
stuck to
search
me.
around?
Listen,
They were
man.
no, yeah, they were on the
If you were
ground.
this
They were-
low off the ground too, and they're just sitting there, it's not my fault they
Yeah, they were
stuck to
very
me.
common.
You pick. They stuck to her as well as.
And you have a
yeah.
way back?
Technically speaking, but
It's
That is
like
concerning.
a
one
literal
range.
god told us not to go there, and
Who?
The Lord smiles.
Seems like something he would know of.
yes, and they stuck when we got back to the material plane. They were still there. You could peel them off, huck them on the ground. Shadow demon would come out of it.
It kind
It-
of fucked up. Was it East? Yeah, it
Yeah.
fucked up East pretty good.
Yeah.
It just gave him a little touch.
It,
East is not looking so hot.
It
To be fair, it could be because he
accepts-
just eats too much peanut butter. No one can eat that much peanut butter and be okay.
This is true.
The demon would sort of accept a simple command of go kill things by whatever summoned it. However, it seemed torn on the completion of that task instead of killing the person who summoned it. It has
Right.
it worked out for us at the Vikel Manor, as far as we know, and it appears that it sort of worked out in this case as well, but I would not recommend pushing our luck.
Oh no, I don't want to bring any more of those things. They're terrifying.
Well, that's mighty unfortunate. But never worry, friends, for we will not lose. Either way, our forces grow stronger every day under my watchful eye.
Love the energy. Any other things you want to tell us that you guys did while I wasn't watching you?
No,
Or was that it?
Who was that girl you were talking to just when you walked in?
Oh,
You seem to have sent her away rather quickly.
that would have been the objective of the initial mission. That is my sister.
That's strange. She looks human.
Indeed, half sister.
Okay. Human half.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And she was locked up by the Vikels for having very strong and possibly very dangerous powers,
creepy. Creepy powers.
which was unbeknownst to me at the time, but I couldn't just leave her there once I figured that out.
So now she's locked up here.
And I will proceed to explain to the War Council
Yeah.
the gist.
It sounds like a very powerful tool, potentially.
Indeed.
However, her being your sister, she should be treated nicely, of course.
Exactly.
How do you wish to proceed with this?
You know, I'm not going to lie, Raymond, I'm still figuring that out. This was a lot more of a problematic power than was initially thought. So now we're trying to figure out a way to have her not be locked in a room for the rest of her life, but at the same time have her be as free as is safe. We have Grugnug and Derek working on it.
I know how to end the campaign.
Oh God. Oh God.
There's a pretty obvious avenue of approach.
Just a little self-sacrifice. Fuck my family anyway.
Maybe. I suppose.
Depends on if I can complete her task or not.
Yeah.
Well, because see, the way that it was explained is, I'm assuming you're thinking about just being like, yo, what is your desire? Go kill the Mad King.
Well, I mean, not go kill the Mad King. That would be sad and weird to watch. But like,
But a kill the Mad King command.
Okay.
Bring him
And
to
then-
us.
And then after,
aneurysm, just
and then
spontaneously
afterwards, that's when she would ask you to do with probably very.
difficult task. And if I fail, it's just a little bit of self-sacrifice. We're fine.
And the last guy that just asked for $1 million gold had his entire family killed, his extended family killed, and all of his close friends. So this level of a task that you're thinking of would result in
Okay, like one
your
person
entire
dying
family.
$1 million gold. Are they, you know?
Okay, exactly. So
Is that difficult of a task? I don't think it's asking too much. Kill one person? That's not that bad. The task might be doable. And
Depends
like I
how
already said,
powerful
like,
that person is, I guess.
my mom's a bitch, so not super worried about the family dying.
exactly, and then what I'm talking about is the after the family of like all of his close friends
Is the
died.
you part.
So now you're sitting here saying go kill the Mad King. So not only would all of us die as well,
We could just stop being
but
friends.
more than likely,
We've only
the
been friends a
entirety.
I've known you guys
Yeah,
for
like months.
6 months. I don't give a fuck.
I denounce you.
But also the entirety of more than likely our entire group of
Oh, take away your alcohol.
basically. So
That's crying.
does any of the other NPCs have anything of note?
They do not understand the talent to what you appear to understand it to. Upon bringing that idea up, there's general agreement that It could be nice. There is a lot of, like, you know, Raymond bringing up the, it's not necessarily as easy as just cutting off the head of the organization and the rest withering. There is still an entire military-industrial complex, and nobody's even seen the Mad King for years. He might already be dead.
Yeah.
And they might simply be using the idea of him as this, like, Uncle Sam figurehead, you know? It's generally accepted that the Mad King is an individual person who does exist. How much does he actually have to play in the taking of sport talent kids and turning them into monstrosities, the active war, the way the countries ran, yada yada?
New conspiracy theory.
Mad King is Roy. Roy is Don.
No, that's already been established. That's not new.
That.
But close.
I'm killing the next motherfucker with yellow boots, I swear to God.
Yellow boots.
I don't even know, was that dropped in Discord or was that part of a session?
I think it was Discord.
I think it was just some silly little joke.
It was just
conspiracy.
about like something about like
Daddy
I was making a
is
Tom
not
Bombadil reference, and
Sarah
everybody was like,
Sandy.
"It's the Mad King," and I was like, "I guess."
But the Mad King is. So now we're not asking her to kill a man, we're asking her to kill a god, so we all be dead. But it would be worth it.
When you bring up that, everyone kind of like sits there for a second. It's like, nobody really considered the idea that a god has manifested and is the one causing this chaos, posing as immortal.
And he does like to resurrect shit.
oh my fucking
Creepy
God.
fucking body parts and all that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it makes sense. It fits. The yellow boot fits, you wear it.
Holy fucking
The mirrors?
shit. No, that
And then he can listen in on everybody's
He
shit.
doesn't wear yellow boots, okay?
He does now.
Yeah, if he's a god, he could listen on people's shit. He could interfere with other gods. He could do very unbelievable things and
that's-
set up unbelievable stuff.
and that's been
It does seem a little ridiculous. It's never happened in history, I suppose.
That anyone knows.
however from what
There's
the
a lot of
gods
things that
from what the
never
gods
happened.
told us, they told us that fucking Baron essentially defected and was the root cause of the strife in the land, so to speak.
He is a rogue god banished from the pantheon.
Yeah,
Exactly.
they don't fuck with that guy.
He is hungry
So-
for power, and he is hungry to overthrow everybody else.
So
Literally everybody
that,
else.
honestly, that doesn't.
It's not off track.
It's really not. Like,
We did it.
Mystery solved potentially.
huh.
And
You
we found a
guys-
way to do it.
You guys may. I do not recommend this course of action, as it would be excruciatingly unsatisfying to end as such. You are missing a very key element to this. What she asks, at least currently, is excruciatingly simple. Your chances of survival are 100%,
Right.
realistically, if you act relatively soon. It's the asks that come after.
Right.
You don't necessarily have to be the person that she wakes up to and
Exactly.
starts asking
So we
you
bring in
things
prisoner, make prisoner ask her to kill the Mad King.
There is, though, a ramping idea, and the question is brought, if you are believing that the Mad King is this barren god posing as a mortal, can her sport talent kill a god? Can a god be truly killed as the Lord Dragon was killed in material, but still functioned as a god and still could bestow blessings, just could not materialize on the mortal plane, and is now back? Is the retribution for killing a god so great that it would simply extend to all of humanity?
Fuck him anyway.
Well, so here's would it be all of, like, when you say humanity, what if they said a
Humanity-
goblin?
Goblins are humanoid. If it wipes out all of goblin kind, is that enough payment, or does it go to orc kind, the next closest? Is all of orc and goblin kind enough, or does it go to half orc kind, the next closest? Is all of half orc and goblin kind enough, or does it go to human, the next closest? Does it then go to half elves, then halflings, then gnomes, so on and so forth?
So I have a
We're playing a
question.
very dangerous game of dominoes.
Exactly.
You are, if if your massive amount of assumptions pays
We're
out
just
to be
spitballing here, you know?
and if the talent is powerful enough to complete the task that you are considering in that scenario, would anything be left after her next request is denied?
Probably not. That's my point.
And then is
Worth it.
to the case where before she resets and starts asking, do you take her life?
And do we know whether or not
And
that wouldn't have its own consequences?
Does that have its own consequences? Does that work? Does her death stop her magical talent from persisting? Generally speaking, for sport talents, absolutely. However, their sport talent does linger in their body, which is why the Mad King kills so many sport talent kids with relatively useless magical talents to use their magical organs to build generally magical, more powerful monstrosities.
So
You guys are asking very big questions, and you are making a lot of assumptions that you really do not have anywhere close to the answers to.
I didn't think we were actually considering
You
this.
may.
I thought we were just talking,
I
but
wasn't. I was sitting here being like, maybe not. I see where you're coming from.
You may have 100% stumbled 100% upon the truth and could find a way. And if the Mad King is a single man, and if the purpose of this campaign is for you as the party to kill this single man, this could end the campaign today, and we could close out Mad King.
And if it's not, the campaign could still end today.
And if it's not, the campaign could still close out today, depending on your choice of actions. Would it be satisfying?
no.
Yeah, no, let's
Maybe for Ian.
okay, let's not.
Would you ever truly know the answer to the questions that you're posing? No.
Yeah, no, so let's not. That's my vote. Let's not. Instead, go on.
No, I was excited for like a better idea.
No, this isn't gonna be.
The better idea is not.
Yeah, that's the better idea. Now,
Is it?
the next, what I would like to do is, so with this pantheon of gods that we have in this setting, is there like a head god? Like,
Zeus,
so
the god of
Zeus,
gods.
so Zeus is still
Yes.
technically like
Oh,
the
fuck
head
that
of
guy.
everybody. Okay.
What else has?
Willingly or not.
I want to
Getting some
make
great flavored vibes up in here.
Let me make sure that I actually have one.
Are you going to talk to Zeus?
Yeah.
About what?
Mom.
I want to.
You're not his.
I want to go to the head man and, for lack of better words, try to get more straightforward answers on like
Ask
what the
him.
fuck we're doing.
If Baron Samdi is the Mad King.
That yes, because when we conversed with them beforehand, it was given to us as like a very generalized, like there's this rogue god who's doing shit, and we want you guys to
Do shit.
try to put a stop to that shit. So what I want to do is I want to try to talk to Zeus and just be like, we're here trying to do this mission that you guys are giving us, but you're not giving us enough intel. We don't know is Baron Samdi the Mad King that we are setting out to try to destroy? Because the thing that you posed,
You wish to ask if you mortals have been sent to kill a god.
yeah, and because like the question that you posed of like, or the fact that you posed of like the retribution for killing a god and like all of that and everything, which makes me be like, so like, are you guys telling us that we have like a free pass to kill this guy, or like are you trying to tell us to
save him.
Just exactly. Like,
Make
what
him
exactly
see
are you
the
guys
good life.
wanting from us here?
Bring him to the dark side.
I see a couple issues here. I mean, I know. Do you mind? I don't think Zeus, first of all, would be the guy to talk to about that shit. He may be the head honcho, but does Zeus really give a fuck? I don't think so. I think the person
He's given many fucks.
yeah, too many fucks. I think the person to ask for that line of questioning would be like a lawbringer or an enforcer or like some, you know, like an Anubis or someone like that who is looking for like a balance type thing. Does Zeus really care?
I would. So the questions that I'm looking for answers for are the, for lack of better words, big picture questions.
Also,
And
wouldn't Thoth be better for a question like that? If this is a renegade god, I don't know. Or like someone who deals in
if
secrets.
it's a renegade god, then Zeus would have the biggest fucking, for lack of better words, care about that because one of his quote-unquote employees just told him to go fuck himself. So, like...
He does make a point with that.
And between all of us, we have so many gods that are a part of this as far as, like, making God woken. There's so many of them. So, going to Zeus, who's like, hey, yo, hell, all of your boys are telling us to go do this. What the fuck is happening?
What is this?
Exactly. What is this?
Or
Go ahead.
Zeus is like, yeah, one of my employees told me to go fuck myself. Who the fuck are you? You're not even an employee. You like an unpaid intern.
She doesn't
Why are
even
you
go here.
like? Why are you talking to me
That's
right
what I'm
now?
saying. It's like I just feel like
No, because he sent. No, he does know about all this shit because he
well, of
sent.
course he knows, but why
Yeah. Because
does he
when we
actually care? Is the question.
He really does because he sent his fucking head honcho angel to basically be like, "Yo, shut the fuck up."
So, you may be misremembering just a little bit. He said he sent his head honcho angel guy to tell you to stop talking about him and to stop investigating him. Because the more knowledge mortals have of him, the more power he gains.
Like Slenderman.
And so he does not want you, from the interactions you've had, he does not want you to know more.
That brings me to the second issue that I had with this, is that if you go and ask Zeus if he wants, first of all, we are meant to go after this guy who may be a god, whether or not we are supposed to kill this person who may be a god. Do you see the inherent, like, dichotomy there of the rest of the fucking pantheon wanting us to kill this one? You know, it's like, are we becoming Kratos in this situation?
I mean, I'm fucking down. Kratos is a badass.
I'm just saying, like,
smile straight up, ass like, hey, if you can overthrow a god, which one would you do?
the point I'm making is the head honcho going to want us to kill someone who he is obviously inherently scared of? Because if we can kill this person, who can't we kill?
The other thing that we're not thinking about is like, so what if he is an employee who's disgruntled and got kicked out of the pantheon, but for good reason?
Yeah.
Like he's the good guy.
Yeah, this is true. Now, if he is secretly the Mad King, he's not the good guy. But
I mean, to be fair, if he's a god, he doesn't see us as
And
things. We're
these are the
playboys.
questions
Yes.
that I'm trying to get answers to.
yeah, I understand that. I just don't know if Zeus is really the guy to ask.
I think that
Pose another idea.
Thoth?
Okay, Thoth is the god. Okay, so he is the god of knowledge and basically magical knowledge, right?
He is the keeper of secrets.
Okay. So, we're gonna go to the keeper of secrets and be like, hey, yo, you wanna tell us some secrets?
Spill the beans.
Also, I just don't know that this... I don't care how many god tokens you throw at it. I don't think this is a question the gods are going to answer for you.
I mean, again,
Get more information though. You might not get straight answers. What you guys should consider is possibly not who the god of knowledge is or who the boss is, but perhaps who is a god that doesn't care so much about the rules, or who maybe would have a vested interest in shaking things up by telling you guys stuff. Someone who
has an interest in ducks.
possibly, or someone that he knows that simply does not care about the affairs of the other gods. Someone who is maybe obsessed with other things and doing what people tell him and paying attention to those kind of things just isn't his MO.
So you're pitching a trickster god.
Possibly.
Like
That would be a pretty obvious place to start with that.
Fenrir could also kind of fit that description, but he doesn't really like to converse. So
Fenrir is not much of a talker, but
No.
he kind of fits that MO.
yeah,
Another one that fits that MO is John the Bonebreaker. He doesn't give two shits about what the gods are up to. He cares about martial perfection, martial prowess, and doing his thing.
So I should talk to him.
The stories of his life as a mortal, he didn't even really care what the party was doing so long as he got to get into it, you know? He may be one that where it's like Zeus says, hey, there's a gag order on talking about Baron, and he's like, yeah, okay, dude, fucking whatever. I don't care about your reasoning, I don't care what's going on. Other possible options could be someone like Apuash,
yeah, but he don't
the
like
god
us
of
right now.
madness.
But he don't like us right now.
He does not like you guys too terribly much right now, if he remembers you.
Yeah.
You're like fleas.
we're a blip.
Yeah. So
You could have
Itchy in the moment. Forget them when they're gone.
other generally evil people, or you could even search out perhaps gods that are not super well known for their intellect, and perhaps trick them into disclosing information through clever wordplay.
Have a drinking contest with Bacchus. That's what
Oh
I'm
my
hearing.
god.
you could go for it.
I don't think you need to have a drinking contest to get him to talk. You could probably just
So
party with him.
first and
be like,
foremost,
yeah, man,
I didn't know all that
shit.
stuff about John, and
Yeah,
like I might
that's
be,
not very
I
That's
might
why,
be
that's why I'm
more-
interjecting here.
Yeah,
I also
yeah.
want to steer that in a direction because you guys were not making any progress. You were starting to go in circles there.
Yeah. So
It's kind of a
I'm
circular,
down.
Not to talk to
circular issue.
the law god, Tyr, or the scales, Anubis kind of thing, because inherently their job is to keep the balance and to maintain the law and to do what is required, told. Do not ask Thoth, the keeper of secrets. Perhaps not ask Zeus, the boss, who has already put a gag order on you guys, more or less. But perhaps steer your direction
Okay.
towards someone who will know, but won't care. Will know, but might not be clever enough to obfuscate the information or straight tell you guys no. Find someone who has a vested interest in telling you the information to cause chaos and madness. Find someone who is just a vile piece of shit and might give you something.
Okay.
But someone like a Ratatasker, whereas he totally knows and wants to talk about it, is the god of lies. So,
Okay.
if you'd speak, give it a grain of salt.
I am down to try to talk to John, because I'm kind of needed to anyways.
You gotta clear some air.
Yeah, and now that I know all that stuff about him, for lack of better words, if he'll have me, I definitely want to add him back to my list, because the way that like I understood it was just he's like the god of paladins, and I'm like,
Gimli is the god of paladins.
okay. I thought Gimli was the bailiff guy. As far as like,
he functions kind of like a bailiff.
yeah, when the whole like Anubis and Osiris.
He works
and
with
him.
Anubis and
Okay.
Osiris and everything in the underworld, but he is technically the god of paladins, both good and evil.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna see if John wants to take me back, John.
Do you all wish to go for this conversation?
Oh yeah, we're gonna be there.
You spin the coin,
Yeah, I'll spend the god token. It's
and you will arrive after our short break. We'll be back in 5, guys.